Alright, this is my deck profile for MEW VMAX in the standard format, Sword and Shield through Fusion Strike. This is by far probably the most hated deck in standard right now. It's also by far the most powerful. This deck is extremely strong. Its win rate is very high. It's very consistent. Its only problem is the weakness factor, which is a factor in Pokemon I'm not a big fan of. That and prize cards are something I have always been not totally for. But yeah, if you're expecting something groundbreaking from this deck list, you're probably not going to find it. This is just built for how I want to play the deck. Very consistent. Turbo, get the dunk maybe with the Meloetta. You just hit for high damage output, get tons of draws. Very standard. There's a Peony way to play the deck that I have seen before. I think this is just better. I think that deck you can go for a lot more like outrageous plays and like do some more extreme stuff, but I think this is the most optimal way to play Mew. There are probably some cards here or there. I'm not playing the Oricorio that I've seen other decks play, and other like cards here and there where they just change the amount. Maybe I'm running three of one card that should be a four of, or four of one card that should be a three of in place of another card. Um, but yeah, this is what I think is probably the best just from my experience playing it. So I play a 4-3 of the Mew V and the Mew V Max. I have seen people play the other Mew V. I think it's bad. The one from the 10, it might not have been from a 10, it might have been from another set. But just having another Fusion Strike as a basic to draw off of with Genesect is good. On top of the ability to just Energy Mix comes up every now and then if you don't have the best start, and Psychic Leap to shuffle in the VMAX if you use its attack that way. It's always good. I do run, of course, the 4 Genesect. Completely disgusting. Draw up to the amount of Fusion Strike Pokemon you have in play. Really good. It's not even a once per turn. You can just, I think the max you can draw is 24 in a turn if you're able to just dump your entire hand 4 times. I do play 2 Mellow at a V. Just sometimes, going second, you'll be able to get an immediate knockout. Just start off first turn knockout. You release a Sparkle and attach. Um, you're set. You're set. I do play. That's it for my Pokemon. The majority of this deck is items. It has a very low energy count. Has stadiums, but only enough to just be able to bump the path when it comes up from decks. So I run the 2 Evolution Incense, search the VMAX out. 3 Great Ball, just an item card you can play. Even if you fail, it's not that big of a deal, but you are able to find your Pokemon that way. 4 Quick Ball, discard a card, always good. Search for your basic, find your Genesects very quickly, especially paired with the Great Ball early game. Fog Crystal, search for your Mew Vs or your Psychic Energies if you need that. The Duraludon matchup is very hard, so searching for the basic Psychic Energy this deck plays and still being able to attack is very good. Especially paired with the Training Court so that you can get them back later in the game if you do get knocked out. I do play 3 Switch. Item card you can play. MEW VMAX has a 0 retreat cost, but just switch or switch retreat, just being able to dump the card or, just switch into anything you want to attack. 3 Rotom Phone. Just manipulate the top deck, know what you're getting into in your next hand with the Genesect. Maybe if you're only drawing 1 or 2, you can play that to just be able to get a card that can set you up for the next turn or further your Genesect plays. 4 Cramomatics. I think Cramomatic's a very good card in this format right now. I play it in the Stunfisk. I've looked at playing it in actually all my decks. It's very good. Discard an item card, search for any card in your deck. A lot of the times, in other decks you're looking for energy. In this deck, there's so many things you could be looking for. Power tablets, you can grab your battle VIP passes early in the game. If you need to fix your math, you can get a vitality band. Bump a stadium up, you can grab your Crystal Cave, Old Cemetery, or Training Courts. If you're looking for energy acceleration, grab the Elisa Sparkle. You can grab any card in your deck, and every card is super good in most situations. So for damage, You're going to be playing the 4 power tablet. Plus 30 damage this turn is really good. You want to be a little more safe with how you play the power tablets. A lot of the times, MEW VMAX players that are just playing the deck to carry themselves just always dump their tablets for an additional damage. But I think it's good to always just be careful with how you play them. If that means not drawing an extra 20 cards this turn because you want to hang on to a power tablet, I think that's good. I do play 4 battle VIP pass, finding the Genesect, finding your Meloetta, finding your Muse, really good. And even later game, you're able to discard it with the Cramomatic or the Quick Ball to get it out of your hand. I do play, for a tool, 1 Vitality Band. And then for stadiums, I play 1 Crystal Cave, 1 Old Cemetery, and 1 Training Court. So you get a variety there. If you want your opponent to be a little more careful with how they play their energy, you can play the Old Cemetery. Crystal Cave, you can heal up your Genesects. And then Training Court, you can get back your Psychic Energy if you need it in a certain matchup. Like I said earlier, the Duraludon matchup, because you're not going to be able to use your Fusion Strike energies there. For supporters, I play 3 Elisa Sparkle. You could play 4 if you want to see it more, but I think it's a very good card. Just being able to, get the energies out of your deck onto your Meloetta, onto your Mew, if necessary, onto your Genesect. Very good. And then the 4 boss, Gusting. That's what usually outside of the first turn, or maybe like some other turns, you might need to Elisa Sparkle again. Boss's orders is very good, just being able to knock out whatever you want at all times, pretty much. VMAXs are hard, but you do have weakness on the Urshifus. Single Strike is playing the Umbreon, of course, though, so they can get weakness on you. And then for energies, I play just 4 Fusion Strike Energy and 2 Psychic. I have seen some people run 3 Psychic Energies. I think 2 is the good amount. You want to keep your energy count low. I'd say the best decks have low energy counts, just because seeing additional energies you don't need in that turn is not always something you want, especially in the deck that draws this much. But yeah, so that wraps it up for the cards I play. Just a 60 card list. I don't have it online. I would like to show it, but it is very expensive, and I do not have the packs to build this deck online right now. But I think I wouldn't call it fun, but it's nice to win. It's nice to win with this deck. I do think Genesect needs to be either banned or its text needs to be changed to once per turn. It's just so strong. Right now, there's no reason not to be playing the MEW VMAX or something that hits weakness on it. Stunfisk's, my favorite deck in Standard right now. I think it doesn't have the worst matchup on MEW VMAX. I have taken down a few at my local, at a couple different locals, and online it does well, but, it's just, this deck outpaces everything, especially with the crams, especially with the draw, just knocking out with the power tablets. It's really good, really good. But yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see in this deck changed, let me know. I have seen some fun Genesect lists with other Rapid Strike Pokemon. The Toxtricity looks cool. I might include Oricorio in this list too. But that wraps it up. Thanks for watching.